Alright, so while JP is enjoying the food over the Philippines, I'm gonna make the GenAzian style pho today. So we have ingredients such as for the broth I have these bones that I cut out from a T-bone steaks, and I just saved the bones and quite a few of these. Yeah, this is just the bones from the T-bone steak that I saved after I eat the steak. The bones, that's going to be mainly part of the broth, and you have to kind of clean it first and boil it and then clean the impurities. Here I have the tendons, the round, very lean, and also the brisket. They're all going to boil for about 20 minutes to clean. Plus the cutting utensils. The ingredient to make the broth is the star anise. These are just the cloves. Star anise, onion gonna be charred, cinnamon, ginger charred, bean sprout, vegetable, basil, the pho, and the beef balls, and of course the green onions and the topping and stuff. I will show you later when it's done. So I'm gonna go ahead and place all these ribs inside here. They still have some meat on them. So we'll throw all the tendons in there. The round, we don't boil. That's a nice piece of brisket. That's gonna boil. When you cook the main broth, if you don't clean like this later, what you're gonna have to do is take a ladle and remove all this constantly, and it's a pain in the behind. So it's better if you just do it this way. Just get that out. All of that is gonna be part of the broth. And of course, you gotta clean each one of these pieces visually. This is the brisket right here. This is the I got a USD choice. All right, so what I did is after I clean them, you can see still a little bit of impurities in here, but that's okay. We can ladle them out later, and I just add filtered water. I don't have any gauge. I don't have the amount. I just add them as I go. So I don't put it on too hot where it's going to evaporate all, but at least they got to cover all the meat. And I gauge the heat between off and high. I just put it somewhere in the middle, and it's going to brew for about 5 hours. And on this side, what we do, and I think a lot of people does this too, is we charred the onion and the ginger, and this is going to be part of the broth, just to get the juice coming out a little bit. Cinnamon, which I'll show you, cinnamon, which will be part of this. Alright, so it has brewed for about an hour. So now we're going to add the water to make it go back to the level where it belonged. So that, you can see the richest. There you go. Now, there you go. Now we're going to add salt. Roughly, it's roughly about. I just gauge it. And you have to taste test. A little bit of sugar. Rock sugar is better. If not, use just regular sugar. I should do it. And of course, fish sauce. Now, of course, gonna brew some more and let it taste. And later, if it's come out to be not enough, it's okay, because as the water drain a little bit more, it's gonna take some of that blandness out when we drain this up. So just now it's going to let it brew for another few hours, and then we'll taste test it. Topping later. Thinly chopped. There, fits much better that way. This is the ginger. We don't need that anymore. Did his thing, so that's gonna be thrown away. tendons. Gotta cut the tendons also. So I'm gonna cut this. Oh yeah, it's nice and soft. Tendons. Oh yeah, look at that. Oof. It's kind of so darn soft that it's gonna melt. Alright, so the broth has been brewing for about 4 hours. I was gonna let it go 5, but it smells so good and I'm so hungry. So I gotta make the first bowl and the wife's gonna have it first. She doesn't like a lot of noodles, so we'll get a little bit of noodles only. The little noodles have been, this is very little. This is, and all I do is I put it in the hot water and very little noodles for her. She doesn't like a lot. Now, this is gonna come out just a little bit. Clean it. Clean the bowl a little bit. Let it sit and clean the bowl. This is all she gets. That's all she wants. Okay. But what she likes is a lot of meat. What we're gonna do, add some brisket. These are brisket I've been making from the broth. These are the tendons. Lay them out. Beef balls. I'm sorry, this is the pre-made beef balls. Okay, maybe a little bit more tendons and meat because she likes more meat. And what we're gonna do now, we lay down the eye rounds. So just lay them across like that. You like to have a lot of meat? Okay, so these are gonna cook instantly as the water gets in there. Okay. And here's a secret: to have Asian pho, you need a chino ladle. My wives call it the chino ladle. The chino ladle is this gigantic thing. All you need is 1 or 2, and you're done. Dip in the bowl. Nothing left in there. And pour it over it. Oh, cook the meat. As you can see, the meat's cooking already. It smells so freaking good. And you add a little bean sprout. These Asian herbs. Not much? Okay, just a little bit. Of course, the Thai basil. These are great. Great for the pho. You just tear off the leaves. Put them in there. Can't never have too much of these. Love them. A little bit of cilantro. Yellow onion. And a little bit of green onion. On top of this, you get a little bit. I'll just add a little now. She's gonna add some more later. Hoisin sauce. And we all know what this is, sriracha. Oops, gotta open it first. On top of that, we have 1/4 lime. Man, that smells good. Kind of mix it. If you want more broth, you can add more broth. And look at that. That is, GenAzian pho. There you go. And I gotta make myself a bowl. I'm too hungry too.